What's up, y'all? I'm back, and we're about to start the boiling process. And just a couple things. Let me just show you, kind of what's going on right now. So, like last time I said, I have the 3 cycles of hops already. On the left, we have our dry hop. In the middle, we have our flavor hop. And on the right, we have our aroma hops. And we have the hydrometer graduated cylinder all ready to go whenever it's time to get our original gravity reading, that will kind of give us a gist of, how much alcohol we're going to produce in here. The wort right now just started the boil, but first, we went ahead and put the cooling coil already in there, so it's going to, be part of the boil. And the reason why we went ahead and put it in there while we start the boil is because it sanitizes the coil itself, and obviously boiling water is about best way ever to sanitize just about anything. So let me kind of show you what that wort looks like right now. So this is what it looks like. Kind of is starting to resemble beer. As it ferments, it's actually going to clarify quite a bit. The final product is going to be a few shades lighter because all of the yeast in there are going to start chowing down, and with that is going to come a little bit of color change. So if you actually drink this like I am right now, you would notice that it's super sugary. It's almost like Cheerios, but with like a bunch of sugar added to it. And that's because, part of the mashing process, all of that starch was turned into sugar. So hence all the sweetness. So I've got all my things ready to go. And so we got the beer, or the wort, up to a boil. We're going to have our bittering hops, which I have ready to go, right to this here pot. Yeah, that's what's called a pot. Yeah, words are hard. So this is going to be a 20-minute boil. The first one's going to be full 20 minutes for bittering. We're going to go 10 minutes for flavor hops, and then the final 5 minutes we're going to go ahead and throw in our aroma hops. So let me go ahead and set my timer. Set timer for 10 minutes. Oh, if you want to see what the boil looks like, here's what's going on so far. All right, so we have 5 minutes left, and it's time to add in the aroma hops. So once again, just kind of stuff that guy in there in the stock pot. And, all right, about 30 seconds. Okay, cool. We've hit the 20-minute boil cycle, so let's go ahead and get our hop bags out of here. All right, we got sure to drain all the good stuff out. All right, I'll just wait for these to cool down, and then pull the hops, throw them in the washing machine. So now we got to cool this, and I don't want to be here all night. So we have this, this nice. Ooh, that's hot. Be careful with those. Copper's a conductor. So we have the coil down here, which is a conductor, and this is a pretty cool kind of setup. So you notice how there's 2 tubes. Water comes in, and then water goes out, and the coil will just chill everything. And we have my kind of dirty sink going on right here, and you can see just the water is shooting out there after going through the whole coil thing. And we're going to do this until we get about 80 degrees, and then around at the 80-degree point, that's when we're going to pitch our yeast. So in the meantime, we need to go ahead and get the yeast activated. So with this particular yeast, you want to be between, it says on the package, between 86 and 95 degrees. So I'm just going to take this little saucepan and heat up about a cup of water, throw this yeast in, and get it activated. So once we get everything transferred into the fermentation tank, we can go ahead and pitch the yeast, seal it up, and we're done. So with that water, since it's going to go into that fermentation tank, and we have, contamination problem, you know, with just tap water, I'm gonna go ahead and boil it, and then I'm just gonna let it reduce. How well these wort chillers work, because we started around 210 degrees, 215, somewhere around there, and we've already dropped to 130 that quickly. So these things work really, really well. It's already, you know, kind of cool to the touch. So, hooray, technology and science. All right, so with the little saucepan, we already hit the boiling point. The stove is surprisingly puts out a decent amount of BTUs. So I'm going to go ahead and kill it and let it start chilling. So take as much weight out of the game as we possibly can. It's really important that you don't put your yeast inside water that's too hot to activate it, because you'll actually kill it. So you have to be very careful about that step. We lost a couple batches last semester, and I think that was why. All right, what's up, y'all? So our little saucepan is about 9 degrees, which is perfectly within our threshold of 87 and 95. So let's go ahead and get this all mixed up. In case you want to know what yeast looks like just little very fine pellets. Kind of cool, I guess. Maybe not. Whatever. Go ahead and get inside that saucepan. Want to kind of make it look like almost like a very light roux. Yeast are the organisms that's going to do all the magic, make all the booze. All right, we're about 80 degrees inside the stock pot with all that wort ready to go. I have sanitized this bucket, and it's all ready for the wort. And here we have what's called an auto siphon. So putting it through an auto siphon is going to help, you know, kind of filter it a little bit if there's any holes left or any hops floating around. This is going to kind of filter that out, or hopefully filter out as much as we can. So these, whoever invented this is kind of ingenious. I'm going to first go ahead and make sure it's all empty. Oh, that's okay. We'll just kind of pull it out. Make a little bit of mess, but when you brew beer, you're going to make a mess. So it's not that big of a deal. Just clean it up at the end. So one end is going to go in the wort. And the other end of this hose, after I get it all sanitized, is going to go inside this fermentation bucket. Let me adjust the camera so y'all can maybe see it a little bit better.